Teddy here. Live out here at my fishing spot. See if I get anybody on here. Hello, everybody at James Urban Bass Layers. All the brothers of Eclampus Vitus, welcome. Today, what we are doing is some mid-spawn bass fishing. Spawn is about halfway done here in Sacramento, California area. Today, just gonna be tossing around a scum frog and some young dingers, Texas rigged. The trick that I do with these things is I buy these little glass rattles. Glass rattles, when they grab that bait, I'm actually gonna put a brand new one on here. It's pretty beat out. I just got here. I guarantee as soon as I pitch in this little hole right behind me, I'm gonna catch a bass. I can almost guarantee it. Let's get my stuff right here. Typically when I come out here, I go through about 20 or 30 baits, so I had to go through my bait room and find all of my extras because I went through so many of them. Glass rattles, got one person on there. What's going on? Thanks for watching. Last time I was out here, there was a squirrel up in that tree, and he kept chasing me around. He was being a little butthead. All right, if I can get my shit together. Texas rigged, Senko, well, yum dinger. Bring it down, flip it over. I always pull it a little bit to get it tight. Bam, nice and tight on there. Now you're weedless. You can throw that in anything. You throw it in all this junk and it will not get caught up. You take that little glass rattle, you stick it right in the center of where that hook's at. And what that's going to do when that bait goes down there, it's going to tick around. It's not necessarily the noise, it's more or less the vibration. They can hear, but it's more or less the vibration. And when they grab onto that thing, it's going to rattle, and then they're going to hold on to it twice as much. Let's catch fish. Throw that thing in there and you just bop it. Let it get down on the bottom. These fish, they come over in this side stuff in the grass. They get up in these shade spots. It's hot. It's going to be almost 90 today. They'll be down in here. You got to throw your bait in there a couple times. If they're on beds. Sometimes I'll eat it as soon as they get in on there. Sometimes I'll eat it. Got to work it a little bit and I'll eat it. See that water move, or you see any of the stuff on the top move? There's a fish in it. The one big one just busted right out there by the tree that's up and underneath this stuff. I'm gonna make my way up and over eventually, but right now I'm just gonna try to catch one right here for you guys. I'll make my way down this spot. I usually catch at least one 2 to 3 pounder right here. Caught a couple 4s and a 5 out of the same spot. Every time I come here, I catch one out of this boat. Surprised at it. Last time I came here, and I go with my ADHD again. I always cut myself off on sentences. Last time I was here, caught my first cast. And that did not happen this time. Right went to top water. So what I do is I take it and I'll ring it top water like this. If they're down there, they will eat it. those pitches. I say they're going to be down in this grass. Bass don't have eyelids. Got to get down in that grass. And if they're down in there, they're like off to the side or they're over there, I'll take that bait. If they don't eat it instantly, it's got that rattle in it. I just get down. Oh. Something just hit it. I think that was a bluegill trying to eat my line. We're about halfway through spawn, so those bluegill will start pushing up into these spots as the bass start moving out of here. They like to get right up next to those trees, right up in the stuff. How's it gonna catch one right here? Yeah. There's fish in there, man. I know they're in there. Right there. Oh, yep. Right here. Come on, get it. Oh, come on, eat it. Oh, that fish didn't do that. Sometimes they'll be spooky and they don't want to eat it. Man, dang it. I was hoping I was going to get that one pretty good. Oh, sweet spot right here. These two in here. Nobody fishes these spots. When I come out here, I never see anybody make casts in these spots. I catch so many 3 and 4 pounders out of these things. Water's like 1.5 to 2 feet deep, and those bass can get back in there. They will get in there. I have to go live today because my GoPro is completely dead. Caught one the other day doing this. I got it caught over the branch and I'm just sitting there dangling it in the water. They will eat it like that. You gotta get them worked up. This spot looks like it's a bust. I'm gonna scoop down. It's gonna be a little bumpy ride here for a second. I'll pull you guys up and out. And do this. It's gonna be hot out here. It's gonna be almost 90. So I got these little spots up here, and I've cut all these branches up top back so I can fish this. When you hook them right here, it's crazy because you got all the tree branches and everything. These fish are not shy about getting hit in these trees. They will get way up in this stuff. It's like 1.5 feet right off the side here. So these fish get back in this stuff. They get comfortable back there. They can pin stuff against the trees and stuff. Big bass. Pretty smart. I always want to start closest to you and work your way out. Start closest to you so you don't spook the fish. If you catch one out there and drag it in, if there's fish right here, you're going to spook it. And also talking loud will spook the fish, like I'm doing right now. It's all about getting bit first. It's all about getting bit first. Then you can worry about getting the fish out later. Get in that thick shit. That's where they're at. Thank you, Franklin. I always forget to give myself a little line. Pop these things out unless the line's tight. I can get them on the frickin' hook, I just can't get them off. Not this guy anyway. There we go. That's a little guy. That's a small guy for out here. That's super small for out here. If you saw what I did, I just fed my pole in there and dropped my worm in there. Nobody's gonna make that cast. Nobody. Because it's not a cast, it's a drop. He can make his way back through there. Now that I've caught a fish, I gotta be careful. I'm allergic to bass. I'm allergic to fish. Now I can't touch my face or my hands or my mouth. I'll get sick. Can't eat. Can't do none of that. It's one of the things with me, man. It's windy today. They're gonna be tied up in here. What am I here? Is that an eye or is that a? I don't know. Okay, I see. Bobber stop just went way up. Gotta make sure stuff's all back together. See, now that Senko's beat out, I gotta fix it. Woohoo! I can't see my phone right now because I got my glasses on, so I can't tell how many people are watching. I can't see who's on there, but I love you guys, and I appreciate every single one of you that are watching. Everybody that's stuck behind me on my adventures. That has not been easy. I've had a lot of setbacks. Way more setbacks than I should have, but I'm still doing the damn thing, and we're still succeeding. We're moving forward in life. So let's move down to another spot. It's gonna get bumpy. A little bumpy. This is all I do. Is I scoot down spots. Every time I come here, I break down these things and I break branches and I make it so I can get up in there. Caught a 4.5 right here last time. I made a bad cast and it plopped in here and he ate it. Sometimes you want to drop it in there nice and quiet so it doesn't plop. It'll fall right next to them and they'll just eat it. When they're underneath this duckweed, the fish are just, they're cocky. I always say that. They don't care because they can't see you and they don't get up here, so they just eat it. Start close, work your way out. Sometimes it'll get caught on that grass or on a branch or something and it'll feel like a bite. You just give it little pops. Give it little hops. If it pulls back and your line gets tight, really tight, you have a fish on. You don't even really have to set the hook on these guys fishing this way. They do it all. They grab that thing and they turn and they go to take off and they're already hooked. tough trying to get it way back in there. That one cast gets through all that stuff. You got that bait dangling over a branch. I caught 2 last time doing this. There's a fisherman coming out, it looks like. Nobody there. I got 65-pound braid on, so if I catch over those branches like that sometimes, I'll purposely do it and I'll yank the whole branch off and I can get my cast in there. It'll spook it out right now, but if I come back in a half an hour, after I walk down the side and I come back here, then they'll be back up at the spot. I can't get my cast all the way back in there. We're going to scoot over. Guys, a quick pan of what I'm fishing. I was fishing back up in that stuff, way up in there. Here's this side of the pond, and then you got the back side of the pond. It's so grassed out over here that you can't even get the boat over there and move the boat around. It just gets stuck in the stuff. So what I did was I brought my raft out. That's what this thing's sitting on right now. I brought my raft out, and my raft will cruise right over the top of all the grass. These boats, the boats get stuck down in the grass and you can't push them. You can't paddle them. Kayak, same thing. Kayak will get stuck in it. Paddle drive's no good. There's beds all along here. And the males and females will come in on the beds. The males will make the beds, they'll do the stuff with the beds, and the females will be out moving around. Now they're full of eggs, and what they'll be doing is they'll stop on a bed and they'll drop some eggs. And then they'll take off and they'll go do their thing, and then they'll stop on another bed, and then they'll drop more eggs. And they do that all day until they're out of eggs. And each female goes at different times when they're ready to go. Oh, that was a frog. I should have had you on that one. There's a frog trying to get my bait. Big ass one too. Seeing all this stuff will grow up so high, it'll just get in the way. So I rip all these reeds down when I come through here every time. Now this is the same way if you go to Clear Lake, like State Park, stuff like that. It's the same way that me and Devin were fishing State Park at Clear Lake. We were catching big ones all day. 7s, 6s, top water, pour down in the stuff. And I'll get it down in there when it gets stuck on a branch, and I'll just bang it really hard. If they're down there, they will come and grab it. Looks like anybody's home right here right now. Fish so far, huh? It's gonna be a tough day. I can already tell it's gonna be a tough one, but that's alright. We can go down here and try to get on a topwater bite. I'm using a little bit heavier weight also, so I can get down through that stuff. I don't exactly want to use like a big old giant punch rig weight like you would on the Delta. You don't necessarily need it. You can see these fish are out there busting on stuff. When you see them busting out there, you can cast on them. I fish a different way than everybody else does out here. I fish the way that I like to fish, which is just dropping Senkos in this stuff and topwater frogging. Yeah, there's one right there. That's a good one too. make a long cast like that after a bunch of pitches, and it'll get your line straight. Then just make sure you're thumbing your line, run it in fast. Bam, bam. Let's move down again. You can see I'm fishing here, kind of. Oh. Tried to get this thing to stay the sword around. You can kind of see what I'm fishing here. It's all this type of stuff. You never know when you're gonna catch one. Catching new stuff. I'm gonna try to speed fish this stuff for you guys. Try catching other ones. Stop talking as much. Actually fish. Oh, one just got airborne out there. I don't know if you saw that. If they're down there, typically they will eat right when it goes down there. If they're active, as soon as it goes in there, they eat it. And there's a lot of this area as spring goes on, you get more of the duckweed and stuff growing on the top. And it makes the area bigger, and it makes it harder to pick apart. A couple weeks ago when I was out here, there wasn't as much of this, and it was easier to pick this stuff apart. I caught all of my good fish on that back wall over there. I had to walk all the way around to get over there. This time I brought my raft. Guess I missed a don't do that very often. Might have to reline my pole. Oh, dude, did I just have one on? Alright, moving down. Man, I thought I was going to be on a board than that for you guys. Caught 30 fish last time I was here. Wondering why this thing was hard to pitch. One little eye hole miss, huh? What's all that? And after I pitch all this stuff, what I'll do is I'll make, bomb cast down, get my line out, but I always do it back over the stuff. I try to. You never know when one of them active ones wants to come and eat it. And if they come and eat it at a fast pace, then you never eat it fast. Daughter caught her PB right here. And if you're trying to bed fish and you see beds down there and there's no fish on the bed, it doesn't mean that they're not right next to the bed. It doesn't mean that that male's out courting that female, trying to get the female on the bed. So pitch out on the beds even when you don't see anything on them. That's something I learned if you're bed fishing, and that's what you're trying to do. Pitch out on those beds. And if they're next to the bed, they sometimes will come over and chase down the bait. Years back when me and Devin caught that 11-pounder Rancho Seco, that's pretty much what we were doing. And he was just pitching on a random bed. And that 11-pounder decided that she was going to come over and start guarding the bed. It was the weirdest thing, man. But she did. She came over and guarded the bed, and we caught her. It took us a while to catch her, but frustrating when these things start getting beat out. They start catching all the grass. So you gotta flip them around and do all that stuff. I think let's take a little trip down in here make sure I keep the camera right for you guys. Giant bluegill. Yeah, we're at the halfway point of the transition. Oh, a big one right there, big bass. Big one. These fish in here, I don't know what it is with them, but they are highly aggressive. I learned this last year. And a lot of fish in other ponds, you throw on them. Oh, big one. Big one. You can't bust, you gotta get your bait on it. I just spooked one right here. This is where the action is down here. Oh, there's one right there cruising. Oh, he went up for it. Nose down on it right now. You got me, I got you. Oh, he forgot. Where'd he go? No? See that big wake? Typically I don't fish for these guys, but this dude's like super duper fired up. If they're super fired up, I fish on them. Oh, he went at it but didn't eat it. Getting that wind too, that wind is good. When you get wind on the water, the fish can see better and they will rise up out of that grass to come eat stuff. You get that wind, it chops up the top of the water. He took off. Dang it. I'm gonna have to come back with that guy. Yeah, I mean, he's going at everything. He's kind of a small one, too. I want you to fish it. Catch this guy. It's on this guy. Literally, bass on a bed right here. I'm going to catch it right here, because he already knows it. Now, that's where I got to be quiet. I got to kind of keep my pole down. Keep myself low. He can't see me. I can see him. And all I'm doing is leave that Senko on the bed and just sit here. And they'll eventually get tired of it being there. They can smell it. They'll just pick it up and you'll just see your line get tight. And you just lift up on your pole. That's all you do. You can give it a couple bumps if you want. I figured he was going to eat that. He's busy chasing off bluegill right now too. Oh, there he is. Oh, there's the female. There's the female. See, Like I said, the males and the females. The male's on the bed and the female's out there. It's just like the California Delta. There's a spot right here. It's called the trough, right off the edge. And that's where a lot of the grass doesn't grow. And those bass will back and forth it's like a highway for them. They'll back and forth up and down this stuff on the beds. Take it. Oh, I'd like to. Sometimes I'll mouth at it and it looks like they grabbed it. But what you're waiting for is your line to go tight. Once your line goes tight, you got them. Cinco's ripped already, so if he rips it and tears it, I'll be grabbing another one pretty soon. Come on, buddy. Where are you going? Okay, that's your spot. Every bass has a spot. Every bed has a spot. Once you find that spot, and they start defending that little spot, then it's over. Sometimes it's as easy as getting it stuck in a twig or some kind of little piece of grass, and they don't like it. He is not backing out at all. Ha 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 ha, come on, fish. Come on, Frank. This is kind of why I don't bed fish anymore. I could be catching a bunch of more fish if I wasn't doing this right now. I'm just trying to catch fish for you guys. I thought this would be a cool one. This dude's super fired up. Surprised he didn't already eat it. Move spots here so I can get a better view on them. Fish. I don't want to work with you. And sometimes you'll come up on the bed and they won't be on the bed. They're just out of view. They are trying to court big females in. That's what this one's definitely doing. He was swimming with the female. I thought this guy was going to be easy catch. He's proving to be kind of tough to get. Come on, get it, buddy. staring at it, he just won't eat it. He's hiding in this one piece of grass that's right there, and I can see him. He's just sticking his nose out. He just won't eat the thing. I wish I could go live underwater. That would be rad. Oh, there's the female. There's the female. Like some spots they won't eat it, but when you get it in the stick stuff and they find it themselves, that's when they eat it. So weird. You can get lucky and bounce it right in their face, and sometimes they will open their mouth and try to eat it. So how many of you are still with me? Bounce it down and around there. At the same time, I'll still be looking for other bass. Oh, okay. Let's see where those are. Just moved out of there. Dang it. Man, they're finicky today. They weren't this finicky the other day. I was here on a and now we're coming up on a new moon. Probably 3 or 4 pounds. Probably bigger. Perfect spot. She's gonna eat it. She's gonna eat it right there. We're chasing bluegill out. Oh, the male and the female are on the bed now. Come on, get it. Oh, this sucks. I should have already caught this guy. Big one top water down there. This female, oh, she's mouthing at me. This female right here. Oh, 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 eat it, eat it, eat it. Oh, fucker. It's not getting back in there quick. Let's go. Where's she at? Oh, yeah, where's she at? She's right there. Oh, no, I had a chance there. She mouthed at it. Damn it. I think this female here is the one that was busting. We got another one busting down there. I want to get a top on it for you guys. I just spooked her catch the male easy, but it's the females that are the hard ones. I told myself it wasn't going to bed first, and here we are. Eat it. How did I miss? Oh, I'm fucking shaking. This is why I love baskets. Oh, she's mouthing. You start opening her mouth. Oh, yeah, she's really doing it now. Now she's pissed. Yeah, sorry guys, I thought for sure I was gonna catch that one right then and there. I think I'm gonna catch this female. Give me 5 minutes. I don't care if there's a ton of people out here. I will walk right up in the middle of everybody and catch these fish when nobody else can catch them. I'll even tell people how to catch them and they won't catch them right. Man. There goes one right there. How did it not eat? How did it not eat? Hey, trying to get this fish. Usually I would have caught them by now. I want to go down, hit some topwater fish down here. They're busting down there. Dang it. Failed. Failed. I got it to mouth on it a couple times and she took off. I don't know where she went. you know. She took off. That sucks. I'm gonna have to go down and hit a different spot here. Dang it. Once I get down there, I want to get in the raft and go across. I'm gonna have to stop the live. Unless I just catch this guy real quick for you. If I can catch the male. It's just a deep there. I'm gonna catch that female. Oh, there she is. There she is. There she is. There she is. Sometimes you can direct them with your bait. You can get them to stop cruising. And they'll come right back to where they were at. Just cruising down. Stuck on a bed fish. Well, I don't like bed fishing. Gotta head her on. No, I just don't want it. Dang it, man. That's right. Killed that one. That was a 4.5, 5 pounder. Alright, let me check, see if you guys are even still on here. Hey, I got a couple people on there. Thanks for sticking with me. Hey, out here. Need to go top water. This guy's not wanting it. Dang it. Sometimes you only get a chance for a second at those big ones. I'm gonna go down here in top water. More exciting. More exciting. So the way that I fish the spot is I'll take a Senko and I'll toss it up there fast. Just bring it in over the top of all this duckweed. And if there's a big one down there, it's going to swirl on it's going to make a big swirl in the water. And you just cast right back on them with the Senko. Look right here. Cast back on them with the Senko. To get a bite down this way. Always get bites down this way, top water. Oh, told you. I knew I should have been top water fishing. Caught up with a dumbass dead fish. Oh, that's one of the worst. Super knot. These are those moments in fishing when you either get frustrated and you stop and you fail, or you get your composure together, you get your bait together, you get your stuff together as quick as you can without getting frustrated, because this type of stuff happens all the time right here. It's even worse when you're on a kayak. You know that fish is sitting there. And sometimes when that happens and you can't get your bait in there fast enough, you miss them. A lot of times they stay in that same spot. Got to pass that bar blew up. You're just going at like a medium slow, it's just enough to see it. See it. Whee! Anybody want some salad? Bass layers, that's what we do, babe. Not a giant. It's a good one. You gonna tell me my camera shut off? Fucking damn it, dude. Damn it. My freaking phone overheated. I caught a 4.5 topwater. Super excellent freaking. I was so happy, and then I turned around and my phone's dead. I gotta put some kind of cover over it to keep it from over, I guess. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I just caught a big one too. Damn it. That's alright. Getting the stuff out of my pockets. You don't need bait on here. This bait's all ripped out. No, I didn't get any footage of that. I was too busy trying to get my camera to turn back on. It overheated. I'd say that Senko's a bit done. It's all blown out on the end, ripped up. All right, they are eating topwater. If I can keep my phone from overheating, I think I can get you guys some footage of them eating topwater. Sucks that it turned off, because I literally, like, I looked at it and it looked like it was still on, and then, yeah, I guess it wasn't. It's frustrating for me because I'm getting old and it's hard for me to see. And I don't like wearing reading glasses. I don't have prescription fishing glasses yet. They're expensive. Sometimes it gets tough for me to see stuff. It frustrates me when I can't see. So I want to try to find a way to maybe take my hat, put my hat on here without messing everything up. As long as that's like that, we should be good. Let's see if I can get another topwater bite here. big fish that keep blowing up down here. Maybe I can catch one of those too. Sometimes you'll get grass on it when it first lands, and it'll inhibit the movement of the bait. They'll still eat it. I'm going to try to move this down a little bit. We might go into overheat, man. Going overheat, we might be able to get some footage. This is top water heaven right here. Oh, let me just throw you guys on there. Hot out here. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to take it off because this is more important. Got to get some footage for you guys, man. My GoPro completely took a dump. See if I can just keep that camera like that. I should be able to get you guys some footage. We'll sit on beds right down in this stuff. We're sitting right against these trees too. I'll hit this stuff first and then we'll talk water. Let's just get to it. Down there, you'll know they're down there. Don't move. Either go at it or we're looking for active fish is what we're doing here. We're trying to find the active ones, the ones that we want to eat it. Get that like super medium speed going on that thing, just slow enough to where they can see it trailing through that water and they will come up and eat it. Oh, 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 big one, big one. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Usually they eat it for a second try. Make sure you guys can see this. missed him. Totally missed him. I hope you guys can see that. Stay right here. Sometimes that hook will get buried too far in the Senko and the thing. You gotta just barely text pose, that's it. Come on, baby. Somebody. The fish are moving around down there, so if you keep casting back over the same spots, they won't be there 1 minute and they'll be there the next minute. Oh, there's a big one sitting right off this point right here. Oh yeah, they're eating top water out there. Woohoo! Over in the shade. On here, hard to see. So you can actually see the pond here. And that thing does not move. All right, urban bass layers. I have one thing. Dam. I rebuilt this whole dam. There's a beaver in here, but yeah. All right, we are back live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, folks of all ages. I caught a couple big fish, and my phone shut off because it got too hot. So now I'm learning. This is my first time actually going live on here. It's so hard to get this thing set exactly straight because I have this set in the cup holder of my raft. So what we're doing today, we are throwing Senkos, and we are throwing a topwater frog. And I have a prototype bait I've been throwing this thing for a long time, and I've never really showed it to anybody. I've showed it off on a couple small videos. It is the back end of an old spinner that I bent. I can get all this junk on here. Show you guys what this is. There's a bunch of junk in here. Got an old Young Mighty Bug for the trailer. The head's barely tilted down, and that top is an old blobber. I call this thing the blobber. Oh, wait, you can see this in the water. The thing runs. It's kind of like a whopper plopper, except the thing spins in the front, and you can run it through all the cover. I got to work on that design a little bit and get it better. Once I do, I think I got something there with that bait. Had that design for a long time. All right, try to catch fish. Last time I was here, I caught a 6'11" right over here in this corner. Man, it sucks. When I have my glasses on, I cannot see if the phone is on or if it's off. Okay, we don't have anybody on there. Okay, we've got 2 people on there. See that over there? There's a fish right up in over there. Right in that corner. I'm gonna go catch them. Before I spook all this stuff out, I'm gonna make sure there's no fish in this. The fish this close stuff, they want to walk across this over here so I can make these casts. This is super deep over here. I cleared out all the grass over here a couple weeks ago before I went to my historical society meeting. Tonight I have another meeting. It's just down the road off of where I'm at, and a little bit down the road over there. That's my historical meeting. Came by here last time, like I said, and rebuilt a bunch of this. And this drops off right here. Gotta be careful about it. Something tells me there's fish right here. Right on the edge of that grass. So it goes from the grass definitely right out there in the front of that stuff. Let's sit out there. Hopefully, one. Try to get a fish here. Try to catch. So I'll be able to take the Senko Yum Dinger and run it across the top of this duckweed pretty quick. If there's a fish down there, it will move and you will know it's down there. a stand where it would turn for me so I could turn it. Cast in there in case I hit it wrong. I'm in the shade now. My phone won't shut off. I was over on the point over there, right in the sun. Oh, you got movement over there. You see movement, there's a fish over there. Oh. Missed one. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Get closer. I've been fishing this place for like 20 years. I know how to do all of this stuff yet. I was just over here cleaning all this. not very, not very often for me. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Too much dangling over them tree branches. Snap me out. Fun stuff. Now I get to fix this. Let's see. We need scissors. Yes, we need a pack of scissors. Don't snap off very often. Get yourself a little bobber stoppy here. Blind old man eyes if you can see, because I can't. I don't have my glasses. Oh man, I cannot see for anything, especially in the shade. Just recently, man, my eyes have like been going out like really bad. I have to get some prescription glasses. Jeez, took forever. Okay, get your bobber stop on there. Get yourself a nice heavier weight. Cut the end of this so it's better. Yeah, that line is frayed. I just put this line on, but I've been fishing a lot with it, so I think it's already beat out, unfortunately. I fish in the thick stuff, so Palomar knot on everything. Palomar knots on everything. That's all I tie. My knots don't fail, my line does, or my hooks snap, or something snaps, but almost never break a knot with the Palomars. I've had spinnerbaits snap in half before the Palomar breaks. Yeah, this line is just toasted. I'm gonna have to completely reline this hole. All right, got your hook on, got your weight on, slide your bobber stop down, bam, pull yourself out. Cinco, stickworm, yum dinner, whatever you got. Make sure it's a new one that's not beat out. Down, out, slide it down, flip it over, pull it a little tight, get your thumb there, find your spot, dig that point in there. Now you're weedless. As soon as they bite that thing, fish on. You take that guy, you take these glass rattles. You can get these on Amazon, you can get on Tackle Warehouse, you can get them all over the place. I originally found these at Kmart years ago when Kmart was going out of business. It's a long time ago. I grabbed the last 5 packs of glass rattles they had at Kmart, and I did not see them on store shelves for a couple of years after that, because they're the only place that had them. Back then you couldn't really get stuff online like you can nowadays. Now you can just go online and buy everything you want. Bam, 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 ready to go. Got that rattle in there, and now what I'm going to do, I just take these and I keep them in my pocket, because I'm going to go walk down this way. I'm going to go try to catch a bunch of fish. What should we do here? I just hit all this. I'm going to come back to it. These fish will come in and they will come out. They'll move in and they'll come out. I'm going to turn the camera this way, and we're going to go down this way. Try to catch them. Unfortunately, I got to go be in the sun. Hopefully you guys can see me. I might move this down. You guys can see me better. don't know if you guys saw that eat. No, come here, buddy. Don't come off. Don't come off. There you go. Well, there's only 2 of you on there watching right now, but it's alright. Oh, look at that hook set. That's strange. I've never seen a hook set like that. Alright. Bass layers are doing what we do, baby. Topwater fishing. I'm gonna have to get the camera a little closer so you guys can see it better. Probably 3-pounder. Yee-hee. Got there, go fishing. Hey, buddy. Alright. I'll have to bring you guys with me over here. Hopefully my phone don't in the heat. Let's bring you guys closer over this way. Alright, same pattern, same thing. They're going to be in the same spots. It'll be kind of hard for me to get the actual catch footage on here. Let's get that hook out. Looks like it is bent out a little bit. Some dingers. They last longer than the Senkos. Senkos do work, but the young dingers, man, something about them. Let's do this. I'm gonna take my cup. That spot, stick it in the cup, and then I can take the cup with me and hopefully not kick the cup over. Let's take this pole with me and get a raft over here in the shade. Get up on the shore. It won't take off on me. You know. On there. Take you guys for a little adventure with me. As long as I don't trip on these rocks. And bass layers, get you guys some footage however I can. Ow. Make sure you're watching where you're walking. Don't trip and hurt yourself. This in a spot where it's not over. Told me there's a bass right here. Last time. Oh, thought that was one. Well, just 2 days ago they were stacked over here on this side. I'd already had one on. All these fish are down in there. It's a matter of getting one to flash. Once they flash, I know where they're at, and then I can get them. Oh, like that, like that, like that. Slow them through. Knock out of my shoe. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's different how they want to eat it. I didn't film the other day when I was out here. No love, man, not really. It's no good. Again? Oh my god, dude. That is twice today. I need to remind. I just missed the top water there. Damn it. Man, come on, man. They're gonna snap me off. What a... Ay, ay, ay. This line is just too beat out. I've been fishing it too much. I might have to switch up poles here. Put my stuff on the other pole. Damn it. Just missed one. I suck at life. That's what we're going to do. I got brand new 65-pound braid on this other pole. I don't know why I didn't just hook it up. I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. So let's take this guy. Take this off. Get my scissors. Put that guy off and let's do this again. Bobber stops for blind people. The only thing that sucks is I hate doing that when the fish get the hook and still got the hook in their mouth. A little bit bigger weight. Get that thing down in there. This stuff is thick. Sometimes, man, fishing is not easy. It seems so easy, but sometimes it's such a pain in the butt. I knew I was going to get bit right there. And I also knew that I should have switched up my line. That's 2 fish today that have snapped me off. I found as I was coming back over here, so 1 fish snapped me off earlier, and I found my whole setup. What we're going to do here is I'm going to take this old Senko that's still got the rattle in it. I'm going to save myself 2 seconds, and I'm going to use this guy because it's still good. Or is it? It's still got some beef on it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay. This goes back in there. Deal with that later. Now I got a different pole set up with 65-pound braid on it. It's not beat out. Now maybe we can catch fish. Well, we got 3 people on there. Thanks for watching. Can't tell who's on there because I can't really see. But thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to get some more live videos on. As I said, my GoPro died on me completely. I hate action cameras. I need to get the Yellow Tech white cover for the GoPro when I get my new GoPro. I bought a brand new laptop, $1,000 laptop, just for editing. But the editing footage for me is kind of tough to learn. I'm used to the old school stuff, not the new stuff. We shall see here. As long as I can get this somewhere where it's partially shaded. Hopefully I can catch that fish and get my Senko back. I think you guys are good right here. We got water rock. Put this rock in front of this thing. Bam, good to go. Weeds out of the way. All ready to go. All right, let's try this again. I feel a lot more confident with this line on because I haven't been fishing this pole. I lined the poles at the same time, but I've been fishing the crap out of that other pole. There's a giant rock under the water right next to that bush. And the fish set up on beds right there. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw that. There's one right here. Come on, baby. For the people. For the audience. Come on, baby. For the audience. Oh, got him. Yeah. Got him on camera for you. That's a good one. You got my Senko in your mouth there, buddy? In the top of the mouth like it's supposed to be. I don't know if you see that. Hey. I don't want you bashing yourself around, buddy. Come here. Then underneath their jaw here, they got that spot. I take 2 fingers and I put them up underneath like that. And it's like scruffing them like a cat. Now they can't do nothing at all. They can shake on you slightly, but they're not really gonna do much once you got them. Mass layer's doing a thing. If you guys ever want to go fishing with me, hit me up. I'm never on Instagram. I just don't go on Instagram. There's too much depravity on Instagram. I stay on YouTube, Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook. Or Bass Layers. Just go look us up. If you want to go fishing with me, hit me up. I got all the spots. Later, bud. Let's catch another one. See, now I'm not going to be snapping on it. I switch my poles out. My confidence just went through the roof. Don't be like me and be lazy. Don't be lazy. I got 3 poles out here, and I was using one that I know has frayed line on it. I'm afraid that don't work. That fish is an average fish for out here. I don't know if you guys saw how that fish ate, but I just worked the Senko over the top. They don't necessarily come all the way out to get it. That's why sometimes I don't run the frog. If I run the frog, they can come out and get it, but when they don't want to blow through the top, you throw the Senko out there and you run it on the top to locate them, and you drop it down through the duckweed, and they will eat it. They'll eat it instantly. If you run it too fast, they're going to miss it. You want to go slow with it. You want to slowly drag that thing over the top of this stuff. Give them time to see it and trail it. I got that glass rattle in there, so sometimes I'll do this. I'll bump the worm along. It's kind of doing the same thing, but as it's going, that rattle is in there rattling, bopping, doing its thing. It's the fun of fishing in the thick stuff, is always pulling stuff off your bait and fixing it. What I'm doing while I'm standing here is I'm listening for fish busting. If I hear a fish bust anywhere that's close enough for me to get a cast, I'm going to reel in as fast as I can and cast where that fish busted at. 9 times out of 10, you will catch that fish that busted. Those are the active ones, and they're looking for something. They're either attacking something at the moment, and they hit it, and they kill it, and now they're looking to come back and eat it, or something under that kind of pretense, I guess to say. They're also spawning right now, so you're going to have baby fish in here, you're going to have the fry and all that, and you're going to have post-spawn, pre-spawn, middle of spawn, all spawn area fish right now. You don't want to go too slow because you want the fish to be able to, you want them to kind of chase this time of year a little bit, just a little bit. They're like dogs. They want to come, oh, just like that. Oh, I just missed one. Do you guys see that? I just missed one. So what I want to do, reeling as fast as I can. I know that fish is there, unless they move that quick, which they do. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Now we go real slow, right back over where he just ate, and shake it as much as you can without moving it. And if they're still there and they're active, they will get it. Okay, he didn't get it. That one might have just went after it because he was chasing. Once again, same spot, nice and slow. Enough to where that Cinco's digging down in that stuff and making a trail. And it's enough to where it's pushing down on that grass. They can feel that thing going over the top of them. And when it's going slow enough, they'll see it and then they'll just go at it. Because if it goes out of their view too fast, they're not going to know where it's at. And you never know if it's a big fish or a small fish. The big fish sometimes make little tiny splashes and the small fish make big splashes. So just cast back on them. If they don't eat it, they don't eat it. They moved, and you just wait until you can locate another one. You just keep casting around because these fish are moving around, doing their thing, and yeah. I think that one that I missed right there on that corner, I think that was the one that I caught over here in the grass. Oops. Should have brought my power bank thing, keep my phone going. Now I'm going to work this a little more and then walk down to this rock down here and fish off of that rock up underneath this tree down here. Then I'll come back and fish the opposite way back down that way. Most likely out here at spots like this, when you got trees and you got cover and you got all that stuff, that's where the fish are going to be. They're going to be right up next to that cover. They're going to be next to those rocks. They're going to be next to that bush. They're going to be in the reeds. I've caught 95% of my fish at this place 10 feet off the bank. I've caught all my biggest fish out at this place 10 feet off the bank in the shallows in about 2 feet of water. So, kind of wild how it works. I know that fish is still down there that ate my bait. Oh, we're going to do here. Oops. Oh, deal. Two people. I got two people watching. It's two more than zero. Just gotta have a positive outlook, positive mindset, an outset and a mind look. How about that? One-handed. Let's see if we can do it. Nobody home. I caught the crap out of him over here last time. Let's see what we can do. I gotta find a place to put this camera so it don't get too hot and overheat. Just keep down here. Alright, let's set you right here. Oops. I need that. Dangerous road, Johnson. Will Rogers, Will Smith? Is it Will Smith? Dangerous with Will Smith or something like that. I caught one dangling over the branch over there last time I was here. It's right there. Oh, we got a dangler. Knock, knock. Anybody home? Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock. Hello. Hello. Anybody home? No? They're just not fired up like they were the other day. Dang. Again, what I'm doing with this Senko is I'm trying to locate fish. I'm trying to find the swirls in the water when these fish swirl on the bait. Somebody on right here. Man, I'm just not having luck today. Everything I'm doing is not working. I don't see that. Make a bad cast. Oh, I had a fish on. Oh. So what happens when you get a backlash? That totally backlashed. The fish was on the whole time. I think that I got here later in the day last time. I think that's what's going on here. So I didn't come over to the spot till like another hour later. I think we had more shade on this last time. That's what was going on. Oh, 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 there's one. Come on, baby. Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Oh, how did I not eat it? Get in around that tree branch and come over this way. Oh, that bait through there. Dang it. smacking them over here last time. There we go. Man, these guys are just not jumping today at all. I needed to get out here first thing this morning. Usually you're hearing them bust, go crazy. Today they're just not doing it. Just because I got the camera on. They know I got the camera on. I'm going to make my way back over to the shade spots over here. Fish these shade spots. They stack up. I'm going to head back up this way. And then I'll come back down here in about an hour. Over here again. Where my phone got completely died. Well, at least I got a little bit of footage for you guys. Got to get me a new GoPro. It is toasted. Too much sticking it underwater and too many times of it overheating. And I also need to get a new card on it because the card is toasted. I got one person on here. Thank you for watching. I'm not sure who you are, but yeah. I can't see stuff on here at all. I can't read it because the glass is like a glare on there. There we are. Now I can see it in the shade. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Not the best fisherman in the world, that's for damn sure. I just like to get out and have fun. Just stomping through the bushes. Okay. Where are we going to pitch? Can't. Right here. This is where we're going to camp at. Pitch. Fishing is not easy business. The camera wants to shut off every time I catch fish. These fish are out cruising. I'm seeing them now. And these fish are just not cooperating today at all. Whew, that Rocco was getting my bail out worst. Tons of fish all through here. I don't know if you can see all those bluegill. They're all up in here. Drop my raft back over here. This corner. Wrestlers out here trying to catch fish. Missed a bunch of fish today. I caught a bunch of fish today. I got like 4 more hours to fish, I think. And then we'll see. Stuff up on the phone. There's a 6-pounder that chills over in that corner, and when he wants to eat, he wants to eat. When he don't, he don't. Something to drink. Chill in the shade. Probably should get something to snack on here in a second. Let's try to catch you guys a topwater fish. Fish are just not wanting to eat today. I guess I should stand right here in the camera so you guys can see me. Look at the camera every once in a while. Babes there, bass there's I think I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Fish don't want to play. I know how they will eat, and I don't want to do it that way. You have to walk around the sides and drop a Seiko in the side. That right now. I want to catch some topwater. Get down there. I just can't get them to eat today. It's always the days that I want them to do cool stuff they don't. The days that I don't have my camera, I always get like the coolest eats, man. If I had all the footage that I've ever missed that I don't have on footage and is not on my channel, I'd probably be way more well off. There's so many cool things that I've done I just never got on film. Some things people probably wouldn't even believe. Can't say it because it's all just fish stories if you ain't got proof. On your camera doesn't work for you. It sucks. Not letting anything. That feels good. was catching so many fish out here last time I was out here. Caught like 30 bass. It's kind of frustrating, to be honest. Kind of disappointing that I'm not getting anything. Just hoping to get some fish on footage. Missed one right there. Oh man, that was great. I was telling myself there's probably one in there, and as I was saying that, he freaking came up and ate it. Sometimes you knock on the door, they go and see who's at the door. Sometimes you drop it in our living room and they're like, oh, nope, I see who you are, I don't like that. Damn it. People are right in front of me. Well, I might turn it off because these fish are not cooperating. If they start eating, I might turn it back on again, but these fish just aren't cooperating, man. I did just have one eating me. Oh, just as I say that, now I get one to bust. Now with me, when I go out places and I go fishing, I take and keep my raft. I know it's tough, with all the thieves and stuff like that, keeping stuff in your car. But I keep some paddles and I keep an anchor with me. For any time I want to come out here, there are boats on the property, but there's no anchors and there's no paddles. I see people all the time, they come out and they try to get the boats, and you can't push through this grass with those boats, and they get stuck. And now you're stuck out in the middle of the pond on a boat that you can't move. And it's pretty dangerous, to be honest. We got stuck out there before and had to use our hands and drag ourselves back. That's how we learn. Bring the paddle out, bring the stuff out. I hate to say it too, when I come out here, I tell everybody how I'm catching them. I show everybody how I'm catching them. And people don't listen to me and they don't catch them. There was a group of 3 kids last time I was out here. One of the kids was listening to me and he was getting blow-ups on his frog, but they wouldn't switch out, and he just kept throwing the frog, and they would blow up, and then he wouldn't get them because it's going down underneath the. It's not going underneath the surface. You see that fish right there? Yeah, they're not going to eat today, man. It's so weird. The other day when I was here, they were just chomping. It was on a quarter moon, on the day of a quarter moon, and they were chomping like crazy all day long. We're going into a new moon right now, which I believe what it does is there's no light at night, so those fish are going to eat first thing in the morning. As soon as they get a crack of light and they can start seeing to eat, they're hungry. They haven't been able to eat all night. The light on the refrigerator is broken. They don't know if it's a lasagna or a hot dog or what's going on in there. And they're like, well, I'm just going to wait till morning. I don't want to get myself sick. And I'll just wait. Dang it, man. Really thought I was going to be on them better. Got a historical society meeting tonight that I gotta go to. I gotta remember to look at what time it is so I don't forget. Man, I just don't know why these fish aren't eating, man. Oh, there's one. Come on, baby, come on, eat it. Located one. Now it's all about getting that same cast. Mr. Tree trying to mess me up. Nope. Gotta get that same cast. This water's super shallow. If they're going to eat it top water, all they really have to do is just go up and eat it. Usually when I spot them, I can cast back on them and catch them almost every time. Today, it's not the business, man. Sucks. Really thought I was going to get on them. You know, caught a bunch of fish, but not like I did last time I was here. I thought for sure. I was like, you know, I gotta set up and do the thing with the live. Not panning out today. Well, I think I'm going to call it, at least with the camera here, unfortunately. I got 2 people watching. Appreciate you guys. Our bass layers, I guess I sucked today. I thought I could come out and get on them for you guys. Man. I know they're here. I know I've missed a bunch. I had 2 fish snap me off today. Is what it is. Even when you got the 65-pound braided line, you still got to check your line all the time. And what I should have done was pulled my line off. You take your line off and flip it around and put your dead end on the inside of your reel, and you can redo it. Or what I'll do is I'll take old braid and put it on as a backer, put tape on there so you don't get backlashes, and then line to line knot and put new braid on there, and then you can do your thing. But man, these fish are not cooperating with me today. I caught the crap out of them last time. I caught a 6, a 5, and I caught multiple 4s, a bunch of 3s. I caught like 20 fish. They're not cooperating with me today. What a bunch of stingy fish. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna call it, and I'm gonna stop, get a snack. I may regroup, see what we're going to do here, and put the camera back on. So anyways, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Ambassadors. See if I can stop this thing.